So EA WRC then, a game I like to play when I just want to get frustrated with myself. But in this one, we're doing the Creator Series. It is Japan. I am so out of practice in rally games. It's been a good, solid month. Nevertheless, this is what happened in my Japan Creator Series run.
Okay, let's go.
This is like Mikawa. I believe that's how you say it. Nevertheless, it's 19.9 kilometers. It is partly cloudy and we are on the soft tyres. Now, what could I say? This is probably not the best stage to come back to. But do not worry, we only crashed 3 times. The first one happened like this, and then the rest was similar to this. We kept ploughing on and we did find a bit of rhythm to keep us going. And we ended up doing a 12-minute 32.9, which initially put us 28th. Probably not going to be 28th by the time this video releases, but not to worry. Let's move on to stage 2. Short stage now, still on those soft tyres, 6.9 kilometers. It's now cloudy, weather starting to get a little bit better. It went relatively smooth. I didn't have too much to worry about. I had found some pace and some trust in this car. Now, saying that, there were a few times that I completely botched my line, but in the end we set a 3-minute 52 dead, which at the time put us 11th on those leaderboards. Still considerably much down the leaderboards compared to the top 10. Now, this is where things got a little bit tricky. Now, for the next 2 stages, we have a dry stage and then a wet stage. And I had a massive battle with myself to figure out what tyres I wanted to use. Did I want to go wet on the dry stage and carry it through for the wet stage, or did I go with a medium set? In the end, I probably, in hindsight, chose wrong, but I went with a wet set for this 3rd stage. 6.8 kilometers, and obviously the wet tyres didn't come in clutch. We ended up with a 6-second penalty and we were 53rd on that stage, a whopping 32 seconds away from P1. So a lot to work on here, but now hopefully we should be on the right tyre for the right stage. So now we're on the stage 4, Tegano I think it's called, but it's 30.7 kilometers in length. Very tricky, very tight roads, lots of turns. With it being wet as well, did not help in the slightest. Nevertheless, it's around this point where this run started to go very wrong for me. The next 3 stages are not the best, so I'm just going to rattle them off as quickly as I can. So at the end of stage 4, I did do an 8-minute 35.7, a massive 45 seconds away from P1. And with all due respect, I drove terribly. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but again, the next 2 stages were similar to the last 2, where tyre choice was key. And again, I think I chose wrong. I chose the medium tyres as stage 4 was wet. This completely destroyed any momentum I had from the first 3 stages. I ended up doing a 4-minute 22. Yes, you heard correct. A 4-minute 22 put me 71st on the leaderboard. So much time lost, but lessons to be learned. And then stage 6, it started to come back that little bit. Stage 6 being a name that I can't even pronounce, so I'm not going to try and butcher it. But it had a length of 6.8 kilometers and we're back to that dry weather. This stage, the confidence and the flow started to come back to me. So we ended up finishing quite nicely. We did a 4-minute 20.4, putting us 9th on the leaderboards. So we've clawed a little bit of time back on our competitors. Now we're moving on to the last 2 stages, where we have Habu Dam, which is a 10.3 kilometer stage. Again, it is dry. We've got fresh mediums on the car. And the reason I went with mediums this time is because the last stage, again, is the reverse of the first stage, so 19.9 kilometers. I'm just getting our repairs in just to make sure that this car is spot on for the next 2 crucial runs. All in all, I don't think this run went too bad. Could have gone better, could have been worse. I could have been a lot more committed into some of the corners, but I just wanted to get to the end of this stage.
Okay, that's a 5-minute 56.1.
But in the end, we managed to do a 5-minute 56.1. That put us 19th on the leaderboard. And as for the life of me, I cannot remember what the overall was. But I will try and put in the video what the overall position I was at the time, because it's definitely changed by the time this video gets edited and released. Now, for the last stage, obviously, like I said, we're doing the reverse of the first stage, 19.9 kilometres. Now, with this one, there is no wheel cam for this one.
This crew can balance the desire to push with the
And I will tell you very much why.
Starts 6 left over crest.
Me, being the genius rally driver I am, decided to not continue the same night that I completed the other 7 stages. I decided to do it the morning after. So I did this cold. I did this with my children, screaming. I was not focused at all. And you could tell here, because not too long into the stage, I have this crash. But overall, it did not go too badly. We did a 12-minute 36.9. Which, considering we had that accident, I'd say is still quite good. And that put us P17 on that stage. Now, I'm editing this obviously after the video. There is no live com on this. But I did finish the event at the time 20th overall. Now, when editing this video, Editor Michael will put in where I actually was. And I think it's going to be a lot less than that. But all in all, what I would say, if you do like this new way of doing it, this was done specifically because my first run back, I didn't want to be trying to talk and concentrate. Japan is hard enough as it is. So I thought I'd race and we'd do a little commentary after the fact. But if you did enjoy it this way, then do let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you'd be so kind to like the video, it helps me out more than you will ever know. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and the bell notification next to it so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And as always, until the next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.